Well, good morning and welcome back to CityLine. With me, I have one of my favorite organizations here in Tacoma, and I know I say that a lot, but if you know me, you know that homelessness and hunger are the top two things that break my heart and that keep me awake at nighttime. And this organization soothes my soul, as my grandmother would say. So please join me in welcoming Helen McGovern-Pilant. You are the Executive Director of the Emergency Food Network. Welcome, my dear.
Thank you, Amanda. It's always great to see you.
It's great to have you here. And I would be remiss in saying that it is widely known that you are retiring and passing on the torch to our beautiful Michelle Douglas, who is so worthy.
The zucchini. I'm passing
the zucchini. I love that. It's the zucchini. And this may be one of the last times I get to have you on the comfy couch in this role.
True.
Because women like you don't stop. You just keep evolving. But I just want to say, God, I love you so much. And thank you for all that you've done for us. You're amazing.
It's been an honor.
I'm not going to cry.
Okay.
All right. This beautiful woman, it's her first time on. Claire Grubb. First off, let's talk about the last name.
It's very fitting.
It's Ms. Grubb, welcome to the Emergency Food Network. You are the development coordinator. It's so great to have you here.
Thanks for having me.
You are more than welcome. I hope that you and I get to grow old together. Okay?
Yeah.
Because I think that you are in a really great spot. So, all right, sister, what's new at EFN, as we like to call it?
Well, it's that time of year.
It is.
Normally, we're glad to have the kids back at school, so that's a little bit of a hiccup.
It's a little bit of a hiccup.
We're coming up to the fall season where we do our break bags. We are wanting to find a way for kids who are getting backpacks or free and reduced lunch to have some meals with their family during the holidays. So we do spring break, and now we're coming up for Thanksgiving and the winter break. And a lot of people think about, oh, I want to give them a turkey, but that's not everybody's custom, and not everyone can cook a turkey. So we have break bags that our volunteers put together, 2,000 of them at each holiday, that are filled with about 20 or 30 pounds of highly nutritious food. So much that the littles, little kindergartners, they have to take them home in 2 shifts because they're so heavy.
Oh, I love that. That's fabulous. And let's talk about, when we talk about those little kids, and we were talking about them before the break, and this, I think everybody should have these numbers on the tip of their tongue, because if you do, and it's written across your heart, it will change how you look at families around you. How many kids are hungry in Pierce County, Helen?
Well, honestly, that number I can't tell you. It's way more than we'd want to know, but the number that we're thinking about is 59,000 children who are on free and reduced lunch. And right now, with the Tacoma School District on strike, all these parents were counting on, oh my gosh, it's back to school and my children will have breakfast and lunch or just lunch, and that will be their big meal of the day. And that's not happening. So some places like St. Leo's are extending their feeding programs. And so there are some meals, but we're ramping up to that time, which is why it's so important that we are here to talk to you about hunger is.
Yes,
even more important than how it has been in previous years.
So let's talk about Hunger Is. What is Hunger Is?
It's a program that we're doing with Albertsons and Safeway stores at the checkout stand.
All right. Okay. So Ms. Claire, take over here. So give us some more details.
Yeah. So the Hunger Is campaign occurs during the month of September. It is a partnership between the Albertsons Companies Foundation and Entertainment Industry Foundation. Viola Davis has an amazing video where she talks about how hunger impacted her when she was a child. So it's really moving, and people should definitely watch it. So during the month of September, people can go to our partner grocery stores in Pierce County, partner Safeway and Albertsons stores, and it'll ask you to make a $1, $3, or $5 donation. We hope people do 5. And last year we got $54,000 from this campaign, which was really wonderful.
Excellent.
We want to beat that this year.
Yes, we do.
And $5 for EFN can distribute 25 meals in the community. So way more than I can do when I'm grocery shopping for myself. So we are really grateful for the Albertsons Companies Foundation, Safeway and Albertsons stores, and then customers that are making those donations to support us during the month.
I love that, because this is what we know about hunger. First off, hunger hurts. And we also know that children cannot learn if they're hungry. Isn't that right?
Yeah, they can't learn.
Their brains don't work.
No, and the hungry child is not only suffering themselves, but they'll have less ability to behave or not to be disruptive. So it affects everyone in the classroom.
None of us want to look at a child and think they're hungry.
No.
No. So, Claire, how is the money used? Because that's always a question on the tip of our tongues when we swipe through something that says you want to donate. I know that for me, I research companies very, very well that I donate to make sure that money is going to what I think it's going to. So, how is the money used?
So the money is used for our co-op food purchasing program, which is our staple food purchasing program. We buy things year-round like lean protein, canned fruit, canned vegetables, milk, which Helen has talked with you about before. So that ensures that people have access to the nutritious staples for a meal anytime they visit one of our partner food pantries. And it's a really important part of our entire approach to distributing food, partnered with the government food that we receive, the food we grow at Mother Earth Farm, and then donated food that we receive from grocery stores, farmers like Ostrom's Mushrooms, and then down to food drives that people are doing year-round for us.
Wonderful. That's fabulous. Because, we talked about what makes a Thanksgiving dinner, and staples for many, many people make up a Thanksgiving dinner. And when you said not everybody likes turkey, amen to that. I mean, some people just don't like it. I have members of my family who don't like turkeys, and they have fish instead. So there we go. And peanut butter is always fabulous. I love peanut butter. How often, Helen, do people host food drives during the year? Because I want people to know this so we get a measurement and then we start to exceed it.
Well, it's ongoing. Sometimes it's a small amount. We'll have 3 or 4 people a month. We just finished one with the library system, Pierce County Library System, and there were 30 branches that participated, and people also gave money. We got over $3,000 just in cash.
Nice.
So we can go from the great big ones like the library, or the letter carrier food drive is a really good example because it's the biggest one we have all year. However, it's made up of you and me and Claire and everybody putting out one bag. So you think, well, what if I have a food drive and for a dinner party and we only get a box of food? It all adds up.
Yes, it
that
does.
one bag that you leave out for the letter carrier food drive becomes 300,000 pounds in one day.
Oh my gosh.
So if everybody at their Thanksgiving meal had someone say we're thankful that we have this privilege that we're sitting down to this wonderful meal with our community and our family and our friends, what if everybody brought one item or 2 items to their holiday meal and donated it to their closest food pantry or brought it to us? There's another 300,000 pounds.
I love it. I love how you think. You make standing in the solution of solving hunger so simple. And that's why I love having Emergency Food Network on, because this doesn't have to exist. We just need to think a little bit differently. And then we're not going to have you on the couch anymore.
No.
Yeah. Okay, so how do people host a food drive, Claire? Helen's given us some good ideas, but give us some more.
Hosting a food drive is really easy. You can do it at school, at work, at your place of worship, and then EFN is always an open place to bring food. So we love it when people drive up to our parking lot and come to the front desk and say, hey, I have a trunk full of food, can you help me out? And we are more than happy to take that donation just then.
Yeah, so do people need to tell you they're hosting a food drive?
They don't need to. We love a surprise of food, but if you register your food drive online with us, we can help make it a huge success. So we have a toolkit that tells people what kind of food to collect. We'll give you food drive bins and then take the food away when those bins are full so that you don't have to carry it yourself.
Nice.
And we'll also publicize it. So when people do food drives for us, like the Pierce County Library System, we'll post it on our website and encourage people to go to your location and drop off food there.
You guys co-partner every single time. You just teach and you lead the way. So what kind of foods are good for food drives? And this almost takes me back to one of the first times I had you on the show. Yeah. And you broadened my world in a way that I'll never forget. So,
well, the peanut butter.
Here it is, the peanut butter.
Perfect protein, doesn't have to be refrigerated. Give someone, as you know, in my car, I have little jars of peanut butter with a plastic spoon wrapped in a napkin with a rubber band. So when we see folks who truly are hungry, it's like you gave them the winning lotto ticket. So peanut butter, any canned protein. Proteins are difficult to find. Canned chicken, canned tuna, stews, soups always looking for baby formula, baby food. It is very seldom donated because it's the only food item that has to be thrown away, federally regulated at the pull date. So, and it's expensive. You know, if you want to do the most amazing thing, buy a can of powdered formula and donate it.
Oh, yes. Oh my gosh, that makes me kind of tear up there to think that something that beautiful and small could be hungry. Yeah. Okay. But let's talk about the foods we don't want. I think that that's also important because I think sometimes we have an idea of, oh, this would be good.
Two things. My most hated food, top ramen.
Yes.
Heart attack in a package.
Thank you. I don't eat it, nor should they.
And it's affordable. So if you are getting SNAP food stamps or you have a little extra money, you can buy the noodles and hopefully add some vegetables to it and not put any of that packet
seasoning
in it.
packet.
Total, you know, your lifetime's worth of salt.
Yes.
And the other thing is we actually had a gentleman come to our location, our office the other day and say, well, you know, I have some foods I want to donate. How expired can they be?
Oh,
and he literally was going to give us food that is
he didn't know
3 or 4 or 5 years expired. That had been stored and they'd forgotten about it, and we would just have to throw that away. So use your own litmus test. I know that I have food in my pantry that probably, you know, a canned food that may have expired a month or two ago, but it's perfectly fine.
It is.
So just, would I eat this food? I mean, that's what we use because dignity is our number one core value. So if this is food I would feed my family, then please share.
Yes. I want to say that our time here has come to an end. And first off, thank you both so much for taking time out of your busy schedule. You, my dear, I'm going to see with Michelle back on this comfy couch a lot. You, my dear, I look forward to seeing the ripple effects of your retirement in this community. You are a finisher and you are a phenom. And I hope that you continue to make your spirit shine so brightly. And I would love to see you start mentoring young women because we need to have more women like you spread all that goodness inside of you. So Helen, thank you for being that spiritual being who cares about other people more than she cares about herself.
Thank you, man.
I love you.
Love you too.
When we come back in these seats, we are going to have Associated Ministries. You don't want to miss that. We'll be right back.